What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Good, the Bad, the Very Bad podcast. My name is Parker. I'm here with my friends Adam and Adrian, and we're here to talk about the UFC. We're here to talk about UFC 314. Volk has got the belt back. Paddy's climbing the ranks. Dominick Reyes is coming back. Title run. Jean Silva, title run. Great card. Amazing card. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into all of it. All right. Where do we want to start?
We start with the main event. Start with what Volk did, really proving that he's not washed. Still the featherweight GOAT. I think it kind of was in question. After Ilya knocked him out, Islam knocked him out, it was like, what? Where does Volk really fit all time now? Because those were kind of two, like, they weren't close losses, I would say. He kind of got dominated on the striking by Ilya. Watching that fight again, I remember watching that, felt like Ilya was just like stopping him the whole time up until he got knocked out. And that second fight against Islam, still think is probably pretty rushed. Got that head kick knockout. So now that he's beat Diego Lopez, featherweight champion once again, he's the GOAT. You don't see him do that. Beat the Drake curse.
He did beat the Drake curse.
I think I saw something on Instagram from one of the MMA pages, and he actually broke 4 curses, I think. So the first one was the over 35 and under 155 curse. He's the first one to do it. He broke the Drake curse. He broke, I think there was the Nina one where he interviewed with her, and most of the times they've lost. So I guess that's
They both interview with Nina. But
They did. There's that one. There was a fourth one, but I can't remember at the top of my head. But he broke 3 curses, so he's already the GOAT. But like you said, a lot of people were questioning where Volk was at on that list, and this win definitely. I think it reminds everyone that Volk is really one of the GOATs. I think. Like you said, people were forgetting about him, and as Volk said, rightfully so, coming off of 2 terrible losses. I mean, I feel like the whole UFC community kind of hurt when he lost those 2. So I feel like they all rejoiced this past Saturday when he got the dub.
Yeah, I mean, he showed out. He showed up. I was very surprised at how reserved Diego was during the fight. I think it's a combination of him kind of overtraining for those championship rounds, but also like you're in there with a seasoned vet like Volkanovski. And I mean, he was fast. He's very fast during that fight, especially for how old he is. So him doing what he was able to do in that fight at his age, adversity is a privilege, and man, he overcame it. So you gotta. The whole world is at peace for this brief moment in time that Volk has regained the featherweight title. The question is, how long does he hold on to it? Where does he go from here? Adrian, you and I were talking about how it would be really, really cool if he won the belt and retired after. Would have been a great way to go out. But does he keep fighting? Does he fight Evloev? Because where does he go? I mean, he is old. He got the belt back, but he is old. Where does he go?
Yeah, I know Parker and I talked about it like you mentioned. It would have been kind of a cool way to end it. I know a lot of people always say, and it's harder done, to retire at the top. I know there's been plenty of cases where fighters just go out not on top. I mean, look at Tony Ferguson. I mean, losing 8 straight, and each time he looked a little worse. And so he wasn't gonna retire at the top. Um, and so it's definitely tough for a fighter to do that. So it would have been cool to see Volk do that. But I mean, he still has a good 2 or 3 fights in the tank. Yeah, he probably
yeah,
fights. I don't know. What do you think, Adam?
I think we see Volk keep fighting. Like him retiring right now is kind of ridiculous. Like yeah, he's up there and everything, but he just went 5 rounds with the number 1 contender at featherweight
Yeah,
and
and he
beat him.
got knocked down in the
Like
second round. He's clearly not where he used to be, is what
bro
I'm
got
saying.
knocked out twice in like the past year. Of course, his chin is a little like it's a little cracked at this point, but he's still like the best featherweight in the world. For him to retire right now, I feel like it wouldn't be as bad as Khabib's, but it's like still there's more fights for him for sure.
So you say
Yeah,
like
there is.
two or three more fights before he wraps it up.
Yeah,
Like
definitely.
because Volk's an active guy. Like he fights like multiple times a year. So I'm feeling like he's what 38 now. Was it that's his age? I don't remember. But
maybe
He's like
37 maybe.
36 or 37.
36. The fuck are y'all calling for? What the hell?
Well,
Let that man at least touch
wait,
40
wait,
before you're like, yeah, let him retire on top. Bro, 36. He just won the belt. I want to see him fight some more. Like, come on now.
wait, wait,
Yeah,
wait,
we gotta be reasonable though. Come on.
wait.
Yeah, he just won the
Slow down.
belt. Okay, we watched Izzy get knocked out, and like, yeah, it's valid to call for him to retire. But Volk just winning the belt, going 5 rounds, the number one contender, and winning in dominant fashion, like 4-1. Let the man keep fighting.
Wait, wait,
Like
wait.
what?
Here's what I was saying, and I'm not calling for Volk's retirement. I don't think Parker and I were calling for Volk's retirement. We're just saying, like, as far as like storyline, like coming off 2 losses, gets it back against this hungry contender, reminds everyone that he's at the top. I feel like that's like storybook ending, like great storybook ending. But like we're saying, like yeah, he still has to get 2 or 3 fights. I'm just saying, I think it would with all the events that happened and everything, I feel like that'd be a great ending. But he definitely has 2 or 3 left.
Yeah, I think it'd be a waste of his skills to retire right now.
Yeah,
Like
that's
he
fair.
still can perform, do
Yeah.
incredibly well, keep getting paid. Unless you just want to see more cooking videos, cooking with Volk's pretty fun. So that's the only reason I want to see him retire right now to
Hey,
complete that storyline.
I do need to get back into cooking for myself when I get an apartment, so those videos are very helpful.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? Let him fight a couple more times. Who do you think next couple opponents? I know Evloev's in the running. Does he rematch Diego Lopez? Because I don't think Diego's done by any means. Like who's he fighting?
Give him Islam. Get the trilogy. Um, I think he
Oh no.
has. He gets it this time. Third time's the charm. I think he gets Evlo, because I know Yair, he got the win too, and I think we'll talk about it here in a few. But I know he was calling for the rematch against Volk. But no, I think the fight to make is Yair versus Lopez, and then Volk beats what's is it Mozart? Is that his first name? So he gets
It's
Mozart.
Mostar or Leon Murphy for me. Like
Mm.
Lerone kind of is still one of those other undefeated prospects. You can match him, Lerone and Mostar up against each other. That'd be pretty interesting. That'd be a great title eliminator. But or they both just fight Volk because he does
Yeah,
beat both of them. But that's who's next. One of those two for sure. Yair already kind of got beat up by Volk. Diego Lopez got to get another one in. Max is up at lightweight. Ilya's out the division. Brian Ortega. I still think he should have finished that submission, but that's just me.
It
Finish the guillotine.
I think Jean Silva's
was
got
close.
one or two more fights until he's in the title picture. Do we think potential matchup between him and Volk is
I mean,
doable?
he's shown potential, but like you said, he still has two. He still has 1 or 2 to prove that he belongs in the top 5.
Yeah, I
Or
give
he's
Gene
has to be
Silva
one.
Alderman and see that'd be a great like proof he's really elite or not. Because Bryce Mitchell, like, yeah, he has good ground game for a Nazi, but only
Yeah,
seeing as someone that was a former champion hasn't had that experience.
yeah, we will talk about Jean Silva here in a second, but um, great, like we're saying, great win for Volk. It's good to be back. Adversity's a privilege, motherfuckers. Um, co-main event, Chandler versus Paddy. Um, hey man, I hate to be that guy, but I was trying to tell you guys Paddy was gonna win.
I need to get a clip of that going because I don't remember at all. But
Well, I know Adrian was definitely leaning more Chandler,
I
yeah, I
was,
was too.
yeah, I
and that's what
was,
I
and
was saying. Like I was leaning more Paddy. So all I'm saying is I just know these things. You know what I mean?
I mean,
I
I'm
was,
that
I
like
was, I was,
I'm
I was
being
definitely. Or go ahead,
facetious.
Parker.
I'm being facetious right now. You go ahead.
I was, uh, I was definitely leaning Patty, and so I'd like to publicly apologize to Patty the Batty and say, um, I didn't know he had this type of game. Think, I think there was a clip. I think there was a clip after 314. There's a clip after 314 with Izzy and Patty, and I think Izzy kind of said the same thing, where he's like, I gotta stop doubting you." And I think Dustin Poirier kind of had the same thoughts, and I mean, I think I got that same mindset now, where it's like, all right, like he proved himself. Um, and that was definitely the most impressive performance to me. I just didn't expect it to be that dominant. I was expecting maybe a back and forth. I mean, we know what Chandler brings to the table, and he always brings a fight. Um, he just didn't have it this time around, and Paddy capitalized on it, and he's gonna get someone in the top five here soon.
I mean, yeah, it really was just a great performance from Paddy. I don't think Chandler really had a terrible fight. It's just like Paddy looked a whole lot better than him. So watching that fight, I was just like, damn, I guess Paddy is elite. Scousers don't get knocked out until they face Charles Oliveira, Dustin Poirier. But
Patty's
it's good.
calling for some of the top guys as well. He's calling for Del Bronx. He's calling for Justin. Um, Not gonna fight Dustin, but he called for him anyway. Maybe Armin. Honestly, I'm interested in him fighting Armin. I feel like those guys are two uh, people who are kind of coming up, who are kind of they're less seasoned. I feel like that's an interesting fight.
So he mentioned, like you said, he mentioned Gaethje, Poirier, Armand, and Charles. But you know who he forgot?
Oh,
Wait, show
he
him
said
Parker.
it.
Wait, show him
It
Parker. Show them. Show the viewers who he forgot.
El Matador.
He did forget the
Charles.
Matador.
It's
He
like it's
did.
crazy how he forgot about him. It's like, nah, you didn't forget about him.
The one fighter he has beef with.
Yeah,
That's the one he
he did
forgot.
say. He did say, to be fair, in the post press conference, post fight press conference, um, he did say like he did forget about him and that he would like to welcome him to 155. So if Ilya is open to that, it seems Paddy is as well. So could be a potential matchup. In fact, yeah, it could be a potential matchup.
I mean, Ilya knocks him out. It's not a real fight.
You
I'm
don't
still
think so?
doubting Paddy. Actually, yeah, against all the top lightweights, I still doubt him. Fuck, I
I,
learned
I,
nothing.
I do
But
think Ilya wins, but Paddy's got a reputation of being underestimated. So I at this point I can't completely count him out because he just kind of keeps beating everybody's expectations.
That's true. I
Ilya
think
knocked out Max Holloway, and after that, I'm just not doubting anything he says. No longer picking against him in a fight.
Did you guys? I can't remember if it was circulated in the group chat, but did you see that interview with Ilya where he was talking about like submitting Islam with a Darce choke?
I believe
I
it.
think he would. He
Like
would too.
he's, I can't doubt it at this point.
We need the fight. We need Ilya versus Islam terribly. Inject it. Great co-main event though. I
Bilal
enjoyed
Yeah.
takes care of business. We'll see it happen.
it.
But
I'm rooting for Bilal now so we can get the Ilya versus the Islam fight. Come on, Bilal.
Yeah. Stop Islam from going up. We need this.
It's like I know your name now. I know your name. I
that's the
take
one
care of
reason to remember
business
the
out
name.
here.
um, Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull. These are two guys I don't really know much about, especially Patricio because he's coming in from Bellator. But I know he was a champion over there, so I was like semi interested to see how he would perform. But um, personally, I just don't really know a lot about Yair Rodriguez other than that he lost to Volk some time ago.
Yeah. I think Yair was the worst possible matchup for Pitbull coming into the UFC. Like, just for his style of fighting, even the size difference. Yair is just very aggressive, like, forward moving guy. And Pitbull's just not known for his counter striking like that. He's more like a ground guy. So, like, that was a pretty bad matchup for him. I think he still had a good performance, but Yair is just like, he's a contender. Took care of business. I was not entertained, but it was a decent fight.
Yeah, I was excited for that one to see Pitbull finally come into the UFC. I know he's been hyped up a bit. I was a little disappointed just because I thought it was going to be a bit closer. I think that just shows that I know someone mentioned that there's levels to it, and like you said, Yuri was a pretty tough one for Pitbull for that to be his first one. Yeah, a little disappointed, but great win for Yair. I mean, it gives him a few options now. Um, at least in his mind, it gives him a few options. Um, he'll probably go against Lopez. I mean, that'd be the fight to make. 'Cause I know they have a little beef there too, so let's
Yeah, that's
settle.
real beef.
Yeah,
He pulled Diego Lopez out of character during that press conference, so we need that fight.
we
Yeah.
do. We do.
I think Diego was saying, or no, Yair was saying that Diego's Lopez's team jumped one of like Yair's team members, and so that's kind of what kicked off all the beef. So we
Mm.
see them fight. I think we got potential for like another Conor Khabib kind of meltdown at the end of the fight, because that's just not going to be
Yeah.
settled in the cage.
That's what we need.
I'd be happy to see it.
hmm
Yeah. So with Bryce Mitchell and Jean Silva, a lot of people were switching to Bryce. I saw online. A lot of people at first thought Jean was going to win, but as time went on, people were like, Bryce could pull it off. And then my glorious lord, I was saying this. I was saying this to Adrian when they were walking out. I was like, Gene's gonna win. He's gonna look at Bryce Silva and be like, "Who's your lord now? Say, say my name. Say my name. It's on the rib cage. Say my name." And he got it done. Not only did he get it done, he submitted Bryce Mitchell, which I didn't think was gonna. I thought he was gonna knock him out, but he submitted Bryce
Put him
Mitchell.
to sleep.
Round two,
Mhm.
it's over. My
Yeah,
glorious lord.
I was telling Parker that's the fight that I was most excited about, just because there's a good amount of drama there. So that was the one that I was most excited to watch. Um, yeah, I just feel like Bryce hasn't been the same ever since he took that vicious knockout from Emmett. I think that's affected both his fight game and his mental state. Uh, when it comes to thinking about or some of the crazy things that he said. Um, I feel like a good amount of people were uh, knew he was gonna lose. I mean, I feel like Solo is kind of similar to Ilya when he talks about like this is what I'm gonna do to you, and he did it to Mitchell, so kept the streak alive for the fighting nerds.
Yeah, I think Jean Silva has real potential to become a champion, just not against Volk. But Volk goes and retires like you're calling for right now. He could win one more and become champion. But it was beautiful to watch Bryce Mitchell lose, get choked to sleep, and a ninja choke, which is like not even all that common a submission in the UFC. Just a beautiful sight.
I was saying it multiple times, just how how happy Gene Silva looked to just be there. I was like, he's just happy to be here because he's smiling. He's not really. He's fucking around during the fight and shit. Like this dude is like just having a great time. And then he submits Bryce in round two. So I mean, like, yeah, he's championship material. I think he's definitely got potential.
Yeah. I'd say he had a better performance against Bryce than Ilya did.
That's fair. Yeah,
Just that.
because Mitchell or I mean Silva looked pretty good. Yeah, he looked dominant throughout the whole thing. Bryce looked pretty he looked uncomfortable in there. He never got into rhythm, and so uh, like you said, yeah, Silva's performance might have been better than Ilya's against Bryce.
Bryce Mitchell's clip farming, leading up to the fight, convinced everybody that he was gonna win, and then he lost.
Got choked out in front of his own president. That shit was hilarious. But
Donald Trump disowns Bryce Mitchell. Breaks the news. But
oh, yeah.
good fight. My king, Gene Silva. So Dominick Reyes and Nikita Krylov. Dominick Reyes.
He's back. Or he's been back, but it's like that one. Watching that was like, yeah, he's on the way like really up instead of just being like a middling guy. He's once again like one of those contenders you got to actually watch out for.
Yeah, what a knockout, what a win. And I know he spoke about it in his post-fight interview, talking about like he's back and it's been a hard road. So it's definitely good seeing Dominic. Is he on a 3-fight win streak or 2-fight win streak? Maybe,
That was his
maybe.
third one in a row. I was just
Yeah,
looking now.
there we go. And yeah, it's good seeing him. I was telling Parker actually, when you think of Dominic, most people think, oh, he almost beat John Jones, and in some people's minds, he did. Um, but I feel like that might impact his legacy a bit, and not in a good way. Because when you think of Dominic, or at least for me, like I said, you think of him almost beating John Jones. Uh, and so it's good to see him win three again, and hopefully get back into title contention, so he could kind of change that narrative, and potentially get a title. So yeah, good to see though. Happy to see that.
When I think of John or Dominic Reyes, the first thing I think of is him getting knocked out by Yuri with the spinning back elbow. Like that
Mm,
was, I think my second time watching him fight after the interim fight, and my first time watching Yuri fight. And so I was just like, damn, is this guy a bum? Because he's like going on two straight losses. It's like I hadn't seen the fight of him versus John Jones, so it's just like I'm watching him for the first time, and it's just like, damn, this is a guy that almost beat John Jones. He getting knocked out by spinning back elbows.
yeah.
Can't take him too seriously. But now I respect him. You know, three in a row, knocked out Krylov pretty decisively. It was a crisp ass knockout. So he's back in the hunt.
Mhm.
All right. Uh, yeah, not much more to say. we'll be interested to see where he goes.
What's
Uh,
next?
we got the prelims. We've got Dan Ige beating Sean Woodson. Um, I didn't really have a horse in this race. I don't really have a horse in a lot of the races when it comes to the prelims. Um, but I did. I've always hated Sean Woodson's tattoos, so I wanted Dan Ige to win, and it's as simple as that. And he
I like
won.
didn't get his name or his nickname like 50K, going for a bonus every time.
Mm.
Hmm.
It's pretty clean.
No, I was
People saying it
telling
was an
Parker.
early stoppage though. And
Yeah,
I,
yeah,
I, I feel like I disagree. Sean Woodson, though he wasn't out, he wasn't defending, and Danny Ige landed like fucking 10 consecutive hammer fists. Boom, boom.
yeah,
You gotta
to
stop the
protect the
fight.
fighter. Like
You gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah. No, Dan Ige always brings it, and uh, so I think I forgot who brought it. I think it was DC who talked about it after, was saying that Dan Ige was up 2-0 on a lot of the scorecards. Um, Personally for me, I thought he was down 2-0, maybe 1-1 at the most. But yeah, I was kind of confused when he said that Sean Woodson was, or I mean Dan Ige was up 2-0 on all of the judges' cards. Um, so he did need that knockout, I guess.
maybe he promised the judges some of his bonus.
He could have.
But
That's
Rigged
regardless of
fight.
this, I don't know.
but yeah, it's just something I thought I would bring up. I didn't see how the judges could see it 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They didn't need judges though, so
Cool fight. Cool fight. Um, Yan Jianan versus Virna Jandiroba. Jandiroba.
Italian.
Virna Jandiroba. Yeah, Yan Jianan kind of got uh, dominated for the most part in that fight. So it's good showing for
Yeah.
Virna.
Now, before that fight started, I was surprised that Virna was the favorite because I like was more familiar with Jan, I guess, just in her fights previously. And then I was like, okay, I expect her that's the one I picked to be an upset. Then we're at the end of the first round and she's getting like beat up on the ground. I'm like, dog, what are you doing? Like, please, let's get it started. And it was
Yeah.
just the same story for the rest of the fight after that. I think she was like saved by the bell from an armbar at the end of the first round. I was like, well, it's over at that point.
I feel like she got saved by like from multiple submissions, is she not?
Yeah, like I think the end of the first and third, maybe he got
Yeah.
saved
yeah,
by
I
the
think it was the
bell.
last one. She got saved as well.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Virna's in the title picture now, so her versus Zhang Wei Li, I imagine, will get made at
Don't
some
care.
point. No,
Wait, Lee Shevchenko. That's the only fight I want to see.
that's
Figure out the
fair.
divisions after.
That's fair. I understand. But yeah, interesting. Again, cool fight. This is a cool fight. I'm gonna give this a cool out of 10. We got Jim Miller versus Chase the Gooner Hooper, and I was going for Chase Hooper. I like Chase Hooper. I think he's a funny dude. He's tapped in with social media. He kind of understands the modern era. He gets the lingo. He said he said when he was talking to Joe Rogan, he said he spent too much time gooning this camp, and I was like, did I hear that? Like right? I wasn't sure if I heard it incorrectly, but that's what he said, and hey, he pulled off the win against Mr. Jim Miller. A lot of people,
Hmm.
there were some boos during the fight, because it got a little um, uneventful at points, but I was seeing the vision. I was seeing Chase's ability to kind of his slipperiness when it came to the grappling. Um, and I thought it was a good showing for him. He's definitely got skill. So
I mean, yeah, Miller stayed getting his ass beat at this point in his career, especially against younger guys. So I was kind of expecting Chase to win that one before the fight. Like you said, it was pretty uneventful, but props to the Gooner. You know, Goon Squad on top.
There we go.
uh, Chase the Gooner. All right. Um, oh, we got Darren Elkins versus Julian Erosa. This was another one that I think um, the stoppage was being complained about. Um, I can't remember. It was a KO, but I can't remember what it looked like. But I remember feeling like it was justified. So
Yeah, so I didn't start watching the card until that Jim Miller Hooper fight because I was at a bar and motherfuckers wanted to watch hockey
yeah,
instead of the prelims of a UFC card, and I was like, "What are we doing?" But
Yeah,
I haven't.
kind
a
of,
lot
kind
of
of, kind of with Adam. I didn't start watching till Verna. Um, so yeah, can't provide too much insight. Starting from
understandable.
Hooper down.
All I will let you guys know is that during the early prelims, Marco Tulio had a really great showing. Give him Izzy.
Alrighty, give him Izzy.
Knocked out Treese Gore.
Out. Yeah, he did. And he was mixing it up too. He was throwing a lot of different things.
Bro,
I thought it was
200 strikes thrown in like 8 minutes is crazy.
he was fucking
Damn.
he's throwing a lot of shit. So good
He
showing
missed
for him.
out, I guess.
And for
You
real,
always
the
miss the early prelims banger if you don't watch them. You know?
first two fights were good, man. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. What do we got going on currently in the fight sphere?
John Jones still has not signed the contract to fight Tom Aspinall. I
He's
like that to be repeated.
It's non-existent.
He needs to sign the
There was
contract.
never a
You know that
contract.
contract exists? That contract existed as soon as he finished Stipe. Like,
Nah,
It's
he threw it
existed.
away right away.
How long has Tom been the interim champ?
too damn long. I think he's a like record longest UFC interim champ or
Like,
second
it's,
longest.
Yeah,
it's got to be like 2 years or something.
I think there was there was a stat too that I think about John Jones having the uh longest title reign with one defense.
Yeah.
I
Quite a
believe it.
quite a reign, quite a reign.
Oh yeah.
It's raining with no clouds, but
He's not raining. He's sprinkling. It's okay because my goat Taliesin Teixeira is going to come up there. If Tom doesn't get it done, Taliesin will.
bro, it's not like he's gonna lose the fight. Like John Jones beats everyone at heavyweight. It's just like he has to actually beat them, you know? But
It's just being annoying, dude. Just retire if you're not going to do it.
I think
But we've gone over this.
Yeah, I mean
like
for me I don't even pay attention to the heavyweight division at this point. It's like, there's more exciting stuff when it comes to lightweight and
Yeah.
featherweight and all these lower weight classes, even middleweight.
Mhm.
I don't even pay attention to heavyweight anymore. I mean, there's not a whole lot going on anyways.
yeah, nah. A fight I am excited for though, moving over to the women's side of things, since heavyweight's boring as shit. Ayla Harrison, Juliana Pena. Like
It's coming up.
they're talking some real trash. I think Juliana, like, she has a crazy chin. If she didn't get knocked out by Amanda Nunes in that second fight, no one is gonna knock her out. And Kayla Harris is not known for being a striker, so it's like if she survives the ground, she could be head killer. I think I give her a fighting chance. I know Kayla is rightfully the favorite just because she's like a mountain of a woman, but Juliana Pena like has a fighter's chance, essentially.
She does. I think she's got good heart. When she showed against Nunes to not get finished. Um, I'd have to lean with the favorite and give it a Harrison. In a
If
finish, maybe.
Juliana Pena gets the upset, because there's talks about Amanda Nunes potentially coming out of retirement. Um, Even though she was saying, I was hearing on the Good Guy Bad Guy podcast, even though she was like nodding her head during the press conference when it was asked if she would be coming back. Some people are thinking that's maybe a miscommunication and she didn't exactly know what she was doing. So we don't 100% know if she's coming back.
Uh,
But if she does and Pena gets the upset against Harrison, um, maybe a trilogy.
I think she is coming back. I think she just had an interview with someone, or Dana said it,
Did she?
saying that, or Nunes said that uh, she would be glad to welcome Harrison to show her who the GOAT is, or if
Eh,
Juliana won, um, to get the trilogy. I forgot who asked her that, and she said, "Yeah, I'd welcome Harrison, or get the trilogy with Pena." So it's looking like she is. It's looking like she is coming back.
Either fight would be a watch for sure. I'm definitely interested for either.
yeah. Now I think it's hilarious, like if Amanda came back just to beat Juliana Pena's ass again. Like, that'd be-
That would be funny.
that's just another story. It's just like, damn, does she actually hate this woman? Or is she just trying to make it bad? Because like, then she's gonna retire again, and it's like, well, now
Yeah.
you know Amanda Nunes beats your ass a second time. So what are you gonna do with that? You
There we
really
go.
can't call yourself a champion at that point.
Beats her
The best in
ass,
the world.
gets the belt, vacates the belt immediately.
Like that's personal at that point.
I
She's like, oh,
know.
you're the one person that beat me on my worst night. Yeah, I got to do it again. Let's run it back a third time.
Let's run it back.
Like,
uh,
Yeah, for
well,
sure.
we're ready to go for sure. Um,
You
Shit, what else is
got,
going on?
well, I mean, on that same card, you got Bilal, and
Who?
and what's his name? JDM. Almost forgot
We
JDM's
got
name this
JDM,
time.
JDM, and somebody. I don't know
Yeah.
who this guy is.
JDM losing his title
They got
shot.
that one. Yeah.
That's kind of undeserved. Bro beat Gilbert Burns.
That's not the same card. That's the one under that is Shevchenko versus.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. May 10th, next month,
Yeah, that's Julian
3:15.
Pena Harrison's 316. So that's under Marab and Sean.
Okay, okay.
I'm a
I
fan
know
of
you
this card
got.
actually.
It looks good.
Which one?
3:15,
Huh?
like Mains, Bilal, whatever his name is, versus JDM, and then Valentina defending her belt, and Alexa Grasso versus Natalie Silva for like who would fight next for that flyweight belt. Then Benoit Saint Denis and Joel Alvarez on the main card, and the King of Rio is the featured prelim. And hopefully his retirement fight is probably not, but it needs to be.
That's fair.
Yeah.
There's some good names on that card for sure.
If
At least on the
Alexa
main card.
wins her fight and Valentina defends her belt, does that mean her and Valentina are gonna fight a fourth time?
I think that locks in Whaley versus Shevchenko if she wins. If
If
Valentina wins, like that, you got to make that fight at this point.
yeah, I mean you do. But where does Alexa Grasso go if she wins?
Get an
Interim
interim
belt.
title.
Yeah. Actually, no, it'll be for the flyweight strap, so it's like there's no interim title there. So you have to like
Mm.
go up or down,
Yeah,
try to get
you're
a
right.
medal retirement
Because can she
for
fight?
fundies.
Can she fight Valentina a fourth time?
I don't think they make that fight a fourth time. But she probably does beat Natalie Silva though, so be an awkward position if she wins.
Yeah. Like,
Mhm.
well, I'm fighting for the belt again.
Yeah.
But dang.
Yeah. Before we get to that card though, we have a fight night. What is that? On the 26th, which I'm excited about, which is Machado Gary versus Prates.
Uh-huh.
Got another fighting nerd, uh, with the streak on the line. Who do we got?
Protest takes care of him. I'm just not an Ian Gary fan,
I don't think
but
anybody is. Nobody's an Ian Carey fan.
yeah, like Ian
Um,
Gary definitely has the skills to win the fight, but like he's a wag, so I can't root for him.
Who do you got, Parker?
um, I need to watch more of their fights. So I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
Yeah, what you got?
Not
You
a
got a
bad fight
weekend.
night, actually. Some
Yeah,
solid games. It's not a
you
bad
got
fight
it.
night.
It's not too bad. You got a week and a half because I know we have this week off. I would lean towards the fighting nerd or it's Prates. Wouldn't be surprised though if Gary won either. Like Adam said, I think he has the skills too. He definitely showed them against Shavkat in his last fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Ian won. I feel like that's a really close fight. Yeah, if it goes to decision, I think it'll be close as well.
For sure. But
We'll see if he's
then
the.
Anthony Smith in what should be his retirement fight
Mhm.
versus
Is it not?
Zhang Myung.
Is it not his retirement fight?
It needs to be if it's not. He's been in the booth way too much.
I think it. I feel like I've heard that it is.
I think he said, yeah, that this was his last one.
Beautiful. Tired of seeing this guy fight. Bro's the epitome of average. Like,
Lion hard, man. Don't
Man,
disrespect.
I wish. And I know he had that drama with Poetan a while back, and imagine if they would have ran it
he gets knocked out in the first. Like,
in the first
it'd be worse
round.
than Jamal Hill.
It would be. Imagine Anthony Smith versus Poetan.
There you go. No, that's the upset right there.
And I don't think he's ever won 3 fights in a row. Like his whole career, I'm looking at it now. Oh no, when he okay on his run up to the title, before the highlight of his career, and taking a DQ or not taking a DQ against John Jones, he won like 5 or 6
Mhm.
fights. But
Been
Sitting
off
at
down.
38 and 21.
what a record!
What? Hey,
I would never fight that much.
he's got the
38 and
experience.
21.
If nothing else, he's
The
got the.
losing experience, shit.
21
Imagine this
losses.
like 20 or what? What
21.
is that? 59 have tried, 21 have succeeded. That's just embarrassing.
21.
Yeah, it's not the most pleasant record to look at. Hey, maybe he could get this win and right into the sunset with a dub.
I wouldn't bet on
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Might be 22 here in 2
it.
weeks.
His 60th fight, yeah.
60, yeah, that is quite the amount of fights.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Yeah, we got some good fights coming up.
Man, this one could have been Jamal Hill and Roundtree if that one hadn't got canceled.
Yeah, I think they rescheduled that one though, did they? For
Yeah, I think that one
for
is
June
that
or
the one that's
something.
gonna be in KC?
I think it's gonna be. I thought it was gonna be in Atlanta. I heard they were going back to Atlanta. I don't know if that's the
Oh,
one
is that
though,
right?
but
Oh yeah, June 21st. It's a fight night.
mhm.
Happy birthday to me. Jamal Hill gets knocked out again.
But hey,
But yeah, is that it for today?
yeah, I mean, I don't
Anything
I
else
don't think
going on?
there was no major
Yeah,
fight announcements this week.
yeah. No, other than 314, not much else going on. But it was a great card.
It really was.
I'm satisfied.
What's
I think people have been calling it the best card of the year so far.
I'm
And I feel like, yeah, like the cards have been kind of ass. Like thinking back on it, it's not been very good cards.
let's
So
take
that's
a
the bar is low, but get
hmm
up the bar. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I would agree in saying that's been the best one of the year. With that said though, what's the good, the bad, and the very bad about 314? Who's got the good? I got it, I got
uh
it.
you yeah, take it.
Yeah, let me do it, let me do it.
You got it.
The man from down under, man. That's the good. That's the good. He
The
got the he
goat's
got
back.
the dub. So yeah, I mean, and I'll split it between Volk winning and like we've been talking about the whole episode. Uh, it was just a great card, and so I'll split my good into two.
Yeah. I think my bad is Jan losing that fight as bad as she did. Like she was the number one ranked contender at strawweight and kind of got dominated. I think that's a little bit
hmm
embarrassing for her, but hopefully she comes out with a better performance next time.
I think. Are we doing two goods or am I doing very bad?
Very bad.
Very bad.
I beat you to the good, Parker.
Yeah, you did. You
I
He's
beat
did.
you
too
to the
positive a
good.
guy.
Um,
Early bird gets the worm.
early bird. What was the what was that quote that you had about the fast dogs or something last
Oh
time?
yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hungry dogs run faster.
Oh yeah, we dissected Lopez's mindset a little bit, and
Yeah.
Volk he pulled it out. You know, hungry dogs run faster.
God, very bad about this card, man. I don't know. There's a lot of it's good. I'm really trying to kind of pull something.
Hey, let's see if we can help you out.
Don't worry, I'm a hater. Paddy Pimblett won. That's my very bad. I wanted to see him get knocked out. I hate that scourgers don't get knocked out quote. I need to see him get knocked out. Like,
Hey, if he gets the some fights at the top of the division and his skill is about to kind of hit its peak, then we'll see what happens.
I think Dustin was talking about fighting him, and I know
No,
Dustin knocks his ass out for sure.
Dustin said he wasn't. He wouldn't
God
knock out,
damn it.
I think he's
unfortunately.
gonna get Holloway. But let me add to the very bad before we end.
Eh,
And that'll be that same fight with Paddy and Chandler, but I'll go with Chandler. And here the very bad is because I read an article today about what's next for him, and I know a lot of people have discussed it and how he wasted 2 years of his fighting career waiting waiting for a man that I think all of us knew was not gonna come back besides him. Um, I think he was the only one that was like, yeah, he's coming back. But the whole community was like, nah, he's not, man. Like, like fight someone else. And so it's just very bad that he wasted 2 years of his career, and now he just lost to Paddy. So a lot of questions for what's next for Chandler.
Yeah.
I don't really know either. I really don't know.
He's one I'd call for the retirement of. Not Volkanovski. But if I saw Chandler retire, I'd be like, yeah, bro, you had a pretty ass run, to be honest. He won, like, what, two fights? Knocked
Two
out Dan
and
Hooker.
seven,
2-7? My
two and
God.
seven or two
Really?
and six, I thought, in the
I think it's
UFC.
2 He's
Because he
worse than the
lost
2016 Cleveland Browns. Shit. But
Because he he lost to Oliveira twice. He lost to Poirier. He lost to Gaethje. Um, he lost to Paddy. So that's five.
he only beat Hooker and Ferguson.
Yeah, so I
That's
guess
that.
two and five, which is still pretty. I mean, they provided excitement, but when you look at it, a 2-5 record, exciting. Not the greatest run.
Yeah, I
He lost
think
the Gaethje twice, yeah.
To
huh?
who? Yeah.
But
Um, yeah, I think because there's so many new people kind of coming up in the lightweight division, like Paddy and Rufy and Bahamondes. Chandler will probably get out of here pretty quickly, but I just looked up his profile, brother. That's not Michael Chandler.
Those
What is it?
Anjos.
Is that RDA? That
Is
shit
it?
was
Yeah,
blurry.
that's those Anjos, I think.
That shit is not Michael Chandler, bro.
I don't know.
Um,
But yeah, like I said, a lot of questions with what's next for him. I've been looking on his socials, to see if when he would make an announcement or just give an update, and he has yet to do so. And it's been 3 days now. So yeah,
Hopefully,
he
he got his
like
money and got out.
dude, oh my goodness. His first fight with Charles was a title fight?
What?
it was.
Was it? It
Um,
says it. It says right. It says on the profile it was a title
that's
fight.
when it
Nah, he fought
was.
Dan Hooker first.
Yeah, he fought
Yeah, he
Dan.
knocked out Dan Hooker, then got the title fight.
That's
Yeah.
crazy because he knocked Oliveira down in the first round a little bit. Like he kind of had him on the ropes. Dude, he was so close to
Yeah,
being champion.
People should have had it. There was no doubt. Fuck.
That's crazy. That's kind of I
the
don't.
Bronx, baby.
Maybe I
Um,
did.
there was a meme talking about Chandler. Because I feel like he's kind of known for running across the cage now. And there was a meme
Yeah.
that said he picked the wrong sport. He should have picked track.
Yeah,
And like I said, I think of Chandler now too, and I always see him like running, running around the cage, and it's kind of funny.
he's running away, man.
He
So
be getting
gotta
rocked
take
bad.
that.
Good.
Yeah, imagine Michael Chandler with fight IQ.
He still doesn't beat Islam. Well, maybe he finishes Charles in that first fight.
I mean,
Yeah.
Adrian might argue with you on that he doesn't beat Islam.
Nah, give him Islam, and Islam probably loses in the first round. Not gonna lie.
Straight knockout.
All right. We've
Nah,
lost
he,
the
he'd
plot.
submit him. He would submit him actually.
You know what? Before we wrap up, I did see that Rufy posted a video talking about how he invited Connor because he had mentioned his inspiration in terms of his fighting style. Like Connor played a huge part in that, obviously. But he had invited Connor, like he sent him a message or something to for Connor to be in his corner when he fights Islam for the title. And I'm like,
Connor's not showing up for shit, bro.
I was gonna
Like,
say, like, I don't know if
Rookie
that's
is
gonna happen. I really
Yeah.
fuck with Rufy, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Hey, he's trying to get that money. I'm not blaming him. And I think he said it because it would be Conor versus Khabib part two, because obviously Khabib would be in Islam's corner, and if he would uh, do Rufi the biggest favor and be in his, then I think he was saying it'd be the second coming to the fight. So
Yeah.
no blame for him trying to get the bag.
Yeah, that would be kind of meta as hell to see like Islam fighting someone who looks like a prime Connor. I feel like that would just be interesting.
Yeah, got a few
It'd
more
be
fights.
something. Don't think Connor showed up for anything, but it'd be something.
He'll tweet about it for sure though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, all right, there we have it. UFC 314, great card, best card of the year probably so far. Um, yeah, any closing statements?
Scout just get knocked out eventually.
Coming up.
I'm praying for it. I'm praying on Paddy's downfall.
We'll see.
I wish he fought Dustin, but
We'll see. Maybe he'll get Justin instead.
Justin knocks him out too. I'd be happy to see it.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, not a whole lot. I mean, great card. And thank you, Volk. I think the community, like I said, as a whole, is happy. I know I am. So keep it up, Volk. 2 more fights or retire.
Or
Well, appreciate you guys for watching. We'll be back soon to talk about we'll probably talk about the protest and Gary fight night. It seems like it's got some good fights on it. So yeah, that's probably when we'll be back. But for now, appreciate you guys for watching. Like, subscribe. What is y'all's favorite color? Put in the comments. All right. Peace.